Hi everybody, Kerry here from Jawwoods Bushcraft, and I'm out here today to do a little video review of the Turning Outdoors Bush Pick. I was lucky enough to be a part of another pass around, and Petrified Wood from Bushcraft USA let me test out one of his knives. It's a 3/16 inch thick Scanning Ground knife, kind of has like a Kefferdish type blade. The handle reminds me a lot of like the Coke bottle kind of woodlore style handles. I've had this knife since Monday. I've done a little bit of fire prep with it, a little bit of carving, worn it during my normal daily activities at work, as well as some extreme stuff. And the sheath it comes with is very comfortable and has great retention on the knife. Give me 2 seconds. I'll throw that sheath out here. The sheath is a nice, brown leather. I actually scratched it up a little bit, Ron. I hope that's all right. But it's got a normal belt loop up here. It's also got a D-ring that you can attach it to, like a dangler or a baldric or something like that. And it's a very comfortable knife to wear during daily activities. But I'm gonna do a little batoning demonstration for you guys, and a little carving demonstration to show you guys what it's capable of doing. And I found that this is a very comfortable blade to use. I've carved my normal pot hooks that you guys have seen me do on other reviews on knives, and this one is very comfortable. The Scanning Ground is a very great carver. Digs in real deep into the wood. Overall, I'm very pleased with this knife. I think it looks great, feels great, and it has incredible edge retention. I haven't sharpened the knife since I got it on Monday, and it's still very sharp. Alright folks, but I'll be right back, and we'll put this thing to some batoning. Alright guys, this is a 3/16 inch blade, so it's a pretty stout knife. You don't have to worry about messing it up when you're doing batoning work. And it splits this pretty easily. I'm not sure what kind of wood this is, but it is very seasoned, and it's pretty hard. And as you can see, it's splitting it, pretty easily. And one of the things I wanted to show you, one of the reasons I really like a 3/16 inch blade is it's a little bit thicker. It creates a wider target to hit with your baton. Also, I like using the bottom of my hand here on some of these smaller pieces. To kind of help push it through. You don't necessarily always need to beat on the top of it with a stick. Sometimes they're thin enough where you can do this with. And that's one thing I like. A lot of the thinner knives, 5 and 30 seconds and 1/8. A lot of those sometimes they'll tend to dig into your hand when you're doing this. Not too bad, but I like the 3/16. It's a little bit thicker. It's a nicer, flatter surface to hit. One of the other things I liked about this knife was the flared pommel down here, which creates a real nice surface if you got to use the palm of your hand to kind of beat it into things. I split this one down small enough to show you what I'm talking about. As you can see here, sometimes you get that piece that going the normal, vertical baton might not work so well. But if I can put it into something like this and run it in tip first, might work a little better for me. Overall, this thing is great for splitting down wood. I haven't had any problems. There's nothing wrong with the edge, you can see here. No chips. nothing like that. And it's still pretty sharp. The Scandi ground on this thing makes excellent feathers. And it almost requires zero skill to do this, you know, with this blade. It pretty much does all the work for you. It's a feather making machine. Put on this big one so you guys can see them a little better. So these are some pretty big feathers. Help get your fire going. As you can see, these are pretty big, but look at all these curls, these nice tight curls that this knife made. This is a big knife too, you know, for a Scandi ground knife. So, I mean, most Scandi ground knives, they don't recommend anything over 5 30 seconds, but I gotta tell you, they need to try 3/16 before they say that again, because old Ron did a real good job on this one. Along with your bigger feathers, you want some smaller ones too to help them get going. See if I can keep them on the stick. Hold on a second. These are some fine feathers right here, and it requires a really sharp knife in order to get these real fine feathers like this. And like I said, this knife has been beat on, for almost a week. And it's still sharp enough to make these fine feathers. The spine of it is a real good 90-degree spine, and it makes real good scrapings. So you can see that there. So these along with these and your bigger feathers. So you got light these in conjunction with these to light these to light the rest of your kindling. Along with the spine being really sharp for doing your feathers and your scrapings. Excuse me. It also throws very good sparks off of a ferro rod. I don't know if you guys can see that from. See if I can get these lit. Normally I like to have a pile of these to try to light. Let's see if I can light them while they're still right here though. There you go. So your basic bushcraft needs, your survival needs, whatever you want to call them, fire prep is one of the more important ones. And being able to do a one-stick fire is a real good test of a guy's knife. And Ronnie did an outstanding job this past the one-stick fire test with flying colors. Once again, I like to show you guys a little bit of carving with it too. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be back with a sapling or something, and we'll do a little pot hook, maybe a tent stake or something. All right, folks, hold on. All right, this is the one I took down earlier and did my 2 pot hooks on before. And so instead of wasting more trees, just going to reuse this same one. I'm going to show you what I did. You guys probably know, you see me in my other videos, I baton an X. Then I carve it out. And what, you know, this kind of shows me if it's going to be comfortable doing a carving task. And this is also one of the things I like to do when I cook outside, is I like to make one of these pot hooks. So as you can see here, I mean, this is a quick down and dirty, and it's done. Bam, just like that. This thing carves excellently. One of the other things I like to do is I like to make tent stakes. I don't like bringing tent stakes. To show that, though, we're also going to do a little cross-grain batoning. Or truncating, I guess is what they call it. Alright. When I do this, I like using the chest lever grip to make my initial point. And clean it up a little bit. Chest lever grip worked pretty great. There's my initial point. That's the end that's going in the ground. This is the end that's gonna take the baton to actually pound it into the ground. What I'm doing here is I'm just rounding off this end, and that's kind of giving me a little press cuts. Like I said, the thing about 316, it gives me that flatter surface where I can put my thumb right here, and it's not digging in as I'm making these cuts. Once I get these two made, I'll come in here, and what I'm doing is I'm batoning basically an 11. Two lines right beside each other. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch between. And what this is for is, you do it up towards the top that you're going to be pounding on. And what this is for is you run your 550 or whatever line you're using for your tarp, tent, whatever, to use this as a tent peg. That's just kind of helping it be secure, so that way it's just not wrapped around a round stick. But as you can see, it'll come through here, and that way it'll be a little more cinched down. It's not moving anywhere. That's rounded off so I can pound it in without it splitting, and that's sharpened to go in the ground. And that took me, what, 30 seconds with this knife. That's about it for now. I'm going to continue to play with this knife for this weekend. I'm meeting up with C-Sug on Monday, and I'll pass it off to him. I've really enjoyed using this knife, Ron, and highly encourage anybody who's interested to look him up. He goes by Petrified Wood on Bushcraft USA. He's got a sub forum on there called Turning Outdoors Knife and Tool. Look him up, check it out. These are really great bushcraft knives. Alright, I'm Kerry, and this is Jawwoods Bushcraft. Thank you for watching.